Hi, I'm Bob Mayer. This car, a 1959 Ford Fairlane 500 Skyliner, was featured on the cover of Hemming's Classic Car magazine recently, along with a 7-page spread. It's also won a national first place award. This is my baby.
All right, done. Just in time to go see Bob and his Ford Fairlane. You know, my neighbor Bob is a really interesting guy. He used to be a news reporter. He's also been a judge at the Concours d'Elegance, and he knows tons about classic cars. He keeps inviting me over. Now is a perfect time. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Jackie.
What a car. This is amazing. And you just got oil on it. Ooh.
Wipes up in a second.
Wipe that up. Okay, there's another spot.
Goodness, look at that.
Amazing car. No wonder you wanted me to come see this.
Thank you very much. I'm just checking a couple things before I take it to the mechanic. It's time for service. It's been a while.
Yeah? Okay.
You know, I treat this like my baby.
It's your baby.
Which it
Oh,
is.
I'm sure. This is just stunning. So, looking back, how long is this thing?
This car's 19 and a half feet long. And
Wow.
I want to shut the hood, but I want to
Okay.
take this first. This is a 352 cubic inch V8.
Okay.
It's got 300 horsepower, which was, this was about the maximum you could get back in 59.
That's enormously powerful.
The car, though, is not incredibly fast because of the weight. It weighs almost 5,000 pounds. It's a very, very heavy car.
You know, you
But,
can feel it just
yeah,
touching
and
the metal.
The metal in these cars, very, very heavy. Very thick.
Very
Anyway,
cool.
so the car's extremely long.
Beautiful.
Parallel parking this baby is not real easy.
I don't think parking spaces on the streets are designed for this
It's
car
not,
anymore.
yeah,
I don't
no.
think you could do it at all.
No, when I go anywhere in this car, I park like a mile away.
Right.
And I try not to take up 2 spaces, but I usually park where no other cars are.
Like finding a place to park a semi almost. Huh?
Exactly. Now, one of the reasons why it's so long is because it has what's called a Continental kit on the back.
Is that what this
That's
extension
called
is?
a Continental kit, and that
Oh.
is a spare tire.
Okay.
This car, by the way, has 6 tires.
6.
6. It has 4
Okay,
tires on the
4
ground,
plus 1.
5.
Where's the hidden
It
one?
also has a spare tire in the trunk, so it has 2 spare tires.
Did tires blow out a lot back in the day?
But, you know, this was a looks thing. They did this for looks.
That's beautiful.
It really gave the car a more regal look, and it certainly made it longer, which back in the 50s, long was in.
Right,
you know.
the bigger the better.
Yeah.
So no matter how much longer they made it, I mean, it still didn't matter. That extra poundage, because look at, this is like at least another foot,
Right,
correct?
This is all obviously wasted space.
And wasted
But
weight, right?
The purpose of this was, this is a reflective material. And at night when the red tail, this is also reflective around the taillights. So
Mm-hmm.
the illusion at night is that the taillights are this big.
Right.
And that there's like a trail, a red trail in back like a rocket, you know?
Oh, wow, they thought
a
of
rocket
everything.
engine, yeah.
That's awesome. Beautiful. So, you know, you've got a tag in the window as if you're looking to sell it. What is this?
I'm not looking to sell it.
Okay, good.
I've had the car 25 years, Jackie, so I'm not looking to sell it. This is a duplicate of the original window sticker for this car. And it lists, this car had every single option that you could get in 1959. In fact, you can see what the car cost in 1959.
$5,033.
Right.
Wow.
Now, that's not a lot of money now, but this was the most expensive Ford you could get, and it darn near approached the cost of a Cadillac in 1959.
Wow. Wow. It is impressive.
And the reason, by the way, that it was this expensive, not just because of the options in the car, and it's got everything like I said, but because it's a very special car. It's called a Skyliner.
Okay.
And a Skyliner was, at the time, the world's only retractable hardtop. So this car appears now as a 2-door hardtop, but in 60 seconds it turns into a full convertible.
All right. I was looking at this interesting
Yes,
little
that little-
seam
that little
here. So
seam
that's
in the
the
top.
giveaway.
Would you like to see it
I
work?
would love to.
All right.
The car has to be in neutral for this to work. It doesn't work to park. So basically you press this button, which says top. Okay? It takes 60 seconds to transform this car from a full hardtop into an open convertible. And you know, there are a lot of cars today that do that. Beginning in the late 90s, they came back.
Right.
Most manufacturers make hardtop convertibles now, but back in 1959, this was it. This was the last one of the era. They made them from 57 to 59, and after 59, they didn't make them again for about 30 years.
Amazing. The engineering is just incredible, how all the
Yeah.
pieces are folding. It's like an origami project, right? It's just folding in on itself. Look at that.
5 drive motors, jack lifts, solenoids, relays, more than 600 feet of wiring, all combined to make this work. And of course, the look isn't really complete on a convertible. You gotta have all the windows down. This car has power windows, power brakes, power steering, power seats, power top.
Did it have all of those power options?
Exactly.
originally?
Yes, you could. Very few people got them in Fords. Cadillacs had them most, but in Ford, they were very rare options. The car also has factory air conditioning. You gotta feel.
Factory air conditioning.
You gotta feel how cold this is, because even though it's under dash, you gotta put your hand under here. Ice cold.
It is. It is. That is amazing.
And it's got a signal seek radio, and by signal seek, you know they have those today. But if you watch the dial will actually move. See the dial moving? It actually turns the dial, and it picks up in town or in the country either radio stations that are close or radio stations that are further away. It's really cool.
It is amazing.
While we're open, I'll show you some other cool features.
Okay.
This is, see these little handles on both sides?
This is something that the cars of today definitely don't have.
Right.
What
The
is
only
this?
cars you will find this option on today are police cars. They were outlawed in 1962. It is both an outside mirror that's adjustable
Okay.
and also a spotlight. Now let me turn it on. You won't believe the intensity of this spotlight. I'm going to flip it on and you'll see.
Oh, wow.
Put your hand in front and feel the heat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that
that's-
actually almost hurts.
This,
Okay.
this can illuminate an address 2 or 3 houses down. And that's the reason why they were outlawed, because if people used them at night and they could blind other drivers
Oh my
coming
God.
toward them.
Oh, wow. Easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. So, Bob, what attracted you to this car in particular?
This car?
This car.
There's a really good reason.
Okay.
When I was 10 years old, my dad took me to the Ford dealership on US 1 when the first retractable hardtop came out.
Oh, wow.
They made them for 3 years, like I said, 57, 8, and 9. This was the first one, and I watched it as a 10-year-old in the showroom.
It's magic.
I was just enthralled. I fell in love with the car, and I wanted one of these from then on. I tried to talk my parents into buying one for the next several years.
Right.
They couldn't afford it. It was very expensive. But they did, in 1959, buy a 59 Ford Fairlane 500. Just a hardtop, not a retractable. When my parents traded that car in 1962, I went in the glove box. I was 13, and I took out the owner's manual. You know, it's weathered now, but I kept this for 30 years.
Oh my
until
gosh.
I ultimately was able to afford one myself.
That's awesome.
And so this actually has been in my family for pretty much my whole life. And when I bought this in 1990, this went in the glove box, and you know, it tells you all how to use everything in the car.
Because yours didn't come with a manual, I bet.
And it did not.
Not too many
did
of those
not.
manuals survived, I'm sure.
That's right.
Very, very cool. What a great story.
There's a lot that is unique about this particular car. Number one, it's a Skyliner, but there were 2 forms of Skyliner in '59. There was a Fairlane 500 Skyliner, and then there was a Galaxy. The neat thing about a Fairlane 500, and the reason I always wanted one, is because they only made this version for 8 weeks.
8
weeks, and then they switched over and they were all Galaxies. So I consider this to be extra rare. Also, the color of this car, I thought this was absolutely the epitome of 50s colorings.
It's stunning.
Yeah, this is geranium, it's called. It's like a salmon.
Okay.
But officially they called it geranium, and this is colonial white. And I just thought that this was about the coolest color combination to represent the 1950s.
It is beautiful.
I think Jackie was pretty blown away by this car. Bottom line is she liked it. Okay, I'm going to take Jackie for a little ride now, with the top down, of course, and then I'm going to run the car over to my mechanic for some general maintenance and an inspection, which I like to do a couple times a year. Meantime, stay tuned, watch part 2 for some general upkeep and maintenance tips for any classic car.
Want to go for a spin?
I was waiting for you to ask. Okay.